Hello, everybody, welcome. Rosie and Corina, Psychic Theaters.
Hello, everybody.
Hi guys, so good to see you. Good to see you again. There was no video yesterday. I was still catching up with the sleep situation, but it's fixed now. So
Hmm.
we're ready. We're ready.
We're
And
ready.
so we're going to start today with the latest developments regarding uh, Ukraine attack on Kharkiv, right?
Yeah.
And how let's see here. Do you see it, Karina, in the background?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need to put my face on it for now. It's just okay. So I think everybody knows by now there were these drone attacks and an epic failure. Russia wheels from surprise Ukrainian attack on bombs. Let's see here. Okay, so you saw that these are the trucks. They put those in, and this is the aerial views of this, and they're saying how there was some footage, how apparently some analysts believe that there weren't quite as many uh, destroyed, not as many were destroyed, but still is really devastating, especially that there was a lot of jokes on the internet about, uh, you remember how Trump, when Zelensky went over to the White
Yeah.
House, he said, oh, he has no cards. Trump said about Zelensky, and
Yeah.
now there he is. So, so interesting. So, okay, so let's go to, there's a lot to ask here. So what are we starting with? So let's see so the question is, uh, how, I guess we can ask it like this. How is Putin, okay, how is Putin taking it? I'm gonna ask, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'll do the protection.
Yeah.
I
Do
like to
protection.
ask for protection. A beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. Step into it. Step into it. I feel protected. Step into it. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. That it create the good and only the good. The good for the good people. The good for the good people. Okay, so now let's go to the real the real thing. Let's
Hmm.
see. Let's go see the question. So, how's Putin doing? And okay, first, how's Putin doing? Let's ask this question.
That's what he's doing. He's joking.
What are you here for? Oh, just okay. I know. Let's just say it, and then I'll do it. So it's interesting. I see. It's like it's funny the word. Krita, you're the queen of that word glitching, but that's first he is
Yeah. Yeah.
glitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's rumors, and I believe it that Putin has some form of Parkinson's
Hmm.
because he can't hold his feet, keep stopping on his feet. It's hard for him to control a lot of things. And I see that if his body picks up this, even though obviously a psychopath, he picks up the stress for himself because I see that he has this clear vision in his mind of what the reality is. And the reality in his mind is that he's taking over Ukraine. And it's saying, so this is a thing that is, and it's interesting, the lesson for was it law of attraction or whatever you call it? Not, but you know what I mean? His mind
Yeah.
is totally committed. He has no doubts. Ukraine is my country. I'm just taking what's mine. There's no
Hmm.
question. No matter what price, it's my country. I'm taking. And that's part of, in a way, the way that he sees the world. It makes him, that's part of how he feels power. Is that he has a very clear mind, vision, goes for it. And no matter what, he makes it happen. And so that's the fact. And then when he sees that the truth is so truthful, it's undeniable, and he can't.
Hmm.
And he sees that as a personal, that's why interesting, a threat to his own survival.
Hmm.
And I don't even mean like power, I mean his own sense of self. It's
Hmm.
that deep.
Hmm.
Because he has it saying he sees himself as the world. It's interesting. So it's like he has no personal anything. Everything is about the world. Does it make sense? It's
Right.
about power, I guess.
Hmm.
So that's it. And then he can't first he can't process what just happened and he doesn't know how to respond because they're on and off. He's trying to think of what are the things he can actually do. Oh, because
Right.
so let me just because I feel I've been talking for a while, but just two more things then that then I'll I'll pass on the mic to you. But the one thing, the first thing is that I see that there's a practical steps of what is he going to do. He doesn't quite know. The second one is that it exposes that Russia is not as powerful with a nuclear threat as Putin kept saying.
Right.
So it exposes not only that they have a lot less than they said they did, but that the threats are empty. Putin threats are kind of empty
Hmm.
as far as the so-called Armageddon that he wants to create. So that's that. That's what I got.
Yeah. No, that's good. Excuse me. I tuned into his energy as well, and when it happened, he had a massive trauma response. The
Mm,
trauma response was related to the the how he felt when the Soviet Union fell and he didn't accomplish what he wanted to then. It was the same trauma because it's happening all over again. Oh my God. He's so close, so close, so close to
mm,
having Ukraine, America. And it triggered this in him where he's glitching. He can't he can't process because now he's older. He has less ability. He's gone through all his resources, his people, his equipment. So he's reeling from knowing that he cannot recover from this. So it is a personal thing and it's a global thing because what does he do now? What does he do now? So he is feeling now I'm starting to feel sick, like I want to throw up. I just want to like I even feel his illnesses. I believe he has cancer too, and the Parkinson's. It's like, wow, talk about a trigger. Talk about a trigger. It's setting everything into very high speed motion, and he doesn't know how to stop it. He's reeling. He doesn't know what to do. He really is at that moment where he doesn't know what to do. He didn't expect this to happen. And it exposes his weakness because even just last week or 2 weeks ago, I heard something how Fox News said Russia's military and their nuclear weapon is so powerful or whatever. And you're going, yeah, no, you're not right. That is wrong information. This is a perfect example of how that is being exposed. So yes, he is. The band-aid has been ripped off. He's being exposed for everything he said he was not, because power is everything to him. Everything. So without power, he has nothing. No, because he doesn't have, his personal life is power as well. So he has nothing if he has no power.
mm. Wow.
And he's so
So
far back in that bunker, it's not even funny.
mm,
Come out, you little coward. Come out. He's so back in that bunker, so
I
far
guess
back.
no, it probably sorry, flip here because I want to put since we're talking about this thing, it's like it probably easier if I let's see if we separate the questions. So let's see. Okay, so all right. So put it up, up. Okay, so all
So
right,
where does it go from?
okay, so that's right. So uh, so let's see here. Why doesn't he hide? I mean, I think we know why he's a What is the reason? Why does he, instead of, because he would be very beloved by the population, he's like, don't worry, Rush, I'm here. Why is he so detached? Why is he hiding? Because he doesn't see the country, doesn't see people, doesn't care about people. It's like
No,
me, the country is me,
right.
and I'm protecting myself. By the end of the day, this is mine, my project.
Yeah.
And it's saying I was able to erase the idea of a country and put it in an idea. It's a cult of personality, essentially. So, and I see that self-preservation is the number one thing for him.
Hmm. Oh, of course,
So, okay, wow, okay, all right.
which is the role of a coward.
So, okay, so then, okay, before we move to Zelensky, I want to know because I've read this book called Putin's People by Catherine Belton. I
Hmm.
recommend this book to everyone because it discusses the different branches of power in Russia, and it's basically the intelligence services, let's say the old KGB, now it's FSB, whatever you call it. There is the mafia, like the Russian mob,
Hmm.
and they're kind of intertwined. Like the mob,
Right.
the Russian mob is very big, and so is the FSB. And there's also some of the military, but the military is not known to be very powerful because they don't have any money. But the oligarchs and the Russian mob and all these kind of intertwined. But I
Hmm.
see, so it's like, uh, let's see here. Okay, what are the powerful factions in Russia doing about Putin and this failure to prevent this failure uh, from the Ukraine attack? So, meaning, right,
Hmm.
meaning Russian mob. That's the deep state. Okay. Um, and what else? And oligarchs. Okay. Okay,
Hmm.
Brandon. So okay,
Yeah.
so what are the powerful factions in Russia doing? What's going on with them? Do they have a plan? Does anybody have a plan
Right.
after Putin or what? What's going on? They're all panicking, I see.
Yeah.
They're all like, wow, and I see that it's saying that Putin has put it in their heads that he's monitoring all their communications, every single thought they have.
Hmm.
So they can't do anything in their mind. Maybe they really can't. Maybe it's true that he has all kinds of devices and their phones are like bugged or whatever, so that
Right.
he has total control. Does he? Yes, he does. He's not just saying it. He knows where
Yeah.
they are, and it's saying he sometimes sends them when they go on vacation or something like, "Oh, hello, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I like your hotel room." Something like that. He will say
Yeah.
he will do stuff like so. They're all scared of him.
Hmm.
So but I see that he once he collapses like of death, then they start to move.
Yeah.
But nobody's doing anything though.
No.
It's a paralyzed country, so essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
But
that's
they don't want to
good.
retaliate either, though, because
Wow.
they want out of this as much as everybody else, to be honest.
That's right, that's right. So I have a question then. The second part of the question is now, okay, so I think this is clear, right? The answer. So now
Right.
let's go to, so then Ukraine. Okay, so today what happened is, I forgot to say, Karina, Ukraine bombed this main bridge in Crimea. So that's another big one. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Uh, again, how are they? So I see the panic.
Yeah.
Please
I
is the
think they're winning the
panic.
war.
That's right. And that's like, and it's saying, and it's going to be bringing me back to something I was listening to, saying that Putin lives in a fantasy world, kind of that nobody dares tell him the truth about anything,
Right.
and because of that, he doesn't really know what's going on. So It's like, doesn't make sense, Connor, kind of like, because the people that work for him are afraid to tell him
To tell him. Yeah,
anything other than what he wants to hear because they could be
right.
killed for telling the truth.
Yeah,
So yes,
exactly.
there's a big gap. Everybody is like, what the hell is going on? And they don't have the capacity. The generals do that, but they have to keep going. So wow. And I see there's going to be deaths too. He's going to want people killed, like his inner, the highest.
I
They're
know.
going to fall from windows or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so that's
Because
where they are now.
he's so angry about that attack. How could they? Because he blames it on everybody else. How could you let this happen?
That's
You
right.
know,
That's right. Hmm.
it's never his
Never him.
doing.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Okay.
he's going to take
Okay.
it out on his people,
Wow. Like his that's what I see. There's
his
gonna be
inner circle.
that's it. Okay. So then the next question. Okay, this next question. Because another natural question is has have people inside the Putin regime helped Ukraine conduct or have helped Ukraine in these attacks, both the bridge and the
Yeah,
drones.
the drones.
Because I read somewhere, so I was like, well, how could they know? It's like, so, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
so specific. I mean, I know they said they hire random drivers to drop things off, but still, is there people who are
Hmm.
deep in the Putin government that are collaborating in some way?
Hmm.
Yes. I see that there's like people are kind of like I see the information like they're not talking on the phone with somebody, but they're like somehow putting this data out there somehow. I don't quite understand it. I don't need to know.
I think it's the soldiers too.
People are wanting, yeah, they want it. They want it. That's it.
Just
Yeah,
the soldiers.
yeah. Let's get it done. Let's get it over with.
Hmm.
That's right. Nobody, like you said, nobody wants this war anymore.
No, nobody wants it. No, the oligarch, no,
No.
nobody wants it. So I really feel too, it's the soldiers helping with the information because they're the peons. They can get things across. That's the way Trump or Putin looks at them as peons. So
Okay.
to me, they're not obviously, but it's easier for them to get information than the higher ups because Putin keeps such tabs on them.
Okay. So wow, very good. Okay. So before you get to Zelensky, how is Trump feeling?
I just want to choke.
That's it's is Putin. Okay, has Putin reached out to him? Question mark. Oh, you know what? Well, before I even close my eyes, I'm already getting. So Zelensky made these statements on the day that came out, I think, and he said very clear. It was like a video that showed he explained what happened. He said something like, "We never told the Americans anything. We never shared intelligence with the U.S." He made it
Right.
clear, and
Mm-hmm.
I see that there's something about it that Trump is like this, and so is Putin. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Shocked to shit.
so that they had some information, but it was very basic and that kind of thing. They didn't because he was in fact sharing. Yes, they knew, and I see Ukraine kind of knew that there was also something about this Starlink. Interesting. So, oh, okay. Oh, they don't have your Starlink anymore. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they couldn't pick up on
Okay. Oh, wait,
their
hold on. Did I not?
attacks.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So wait. So let's see. Let me ask you because since Starlink is coming up here. So do they? Is okay. What are they? Tell me more about this Starlink. Why are they? What's going on with the Starlink situation? They knew not turn it
Yeah.
off, block it,
Mm-hmm.
find another way. They could tell that whatever Starlink was, they were they were telling on.
Well, they knew right. They knew that when Elon in the beginning said that he
Mhm,
was going to cut off
mhm.
their service, so they knew right away that that would be again. He would be against them. Starlink would be against them. So don't even go there. Don't use it. So
Okay.
they've been pretty aware of that for a long time.
Interesting. Yeah. So I see that, yes, that Trump is like, feels like a punch in his stomach, and he's afraid. He's afraid of what,
What's to come? He knows
like,
what's to come. Yeah.
like what's gonna happen here. And then I see, wow, wow, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
like, and
Mm-hmm.
then and he's okay, wow, and I see Trump having these feelings, I believe gross feeling that someone's gonna come behind him and choke
Mm.
him.
Yeah.
That
So I said I
he's
want to
waiting
choke.
for them to come. They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
come after me. They're gonna come. So wow, he's shocked. He is afraid what's gonna happen to him.
Yeah, of
Wow,
course.
wow. Okay, so okay, go ahead, go ahead. I
And
keep talking.
he's
Tell
just,
me.
his energy is so, he is just so shocked that how in the heck did they get away with this a year and a half and I had no clue. He hasn't been in office that long either. He could have heard rumors when he was out. No, he didn't. So it it is a shock to his system. The central nervous system is
Mm,
once again glitching.
okay.
He's scared. And I think that's why I immediately felt like I wanted to choke. That's right. You said it. He feels like somebody's going to come behind him and choke him. Putin is on his back.
Okay,
We're
so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, we're getting close to the next couple questions, is what it is.
Okay,
What's to come?
that's right. So just the second part of the question, has Putin reached out to him? I feel like no, actually, he has not. The right now it is
Not
not.
yet.
No, not yet. No. Okay,
That's why
so
he's so nervous, because Putin didn't make a phone call right away. So what does that leave Trump doing? Wondering what the heck's going on? What's going to happen to me? What's he doing? Who's he sending? It's mania for all
so
of them.
then okay, what the question is, what will Putin do regarding Trump as far as, because remember, I'm remembering quite the remember how like there was the horrible meeting in the White House with how did he basically what he did to Zelensky, how awful it was. And this
Mm-hmm.
was the lowest moment. And then they thought, remember, they're like, oh no, he's just gonna do this is what you're gonna accept, right?
Yeah, right.
Remember how, oh my God, JD was like, oh, why are you wearing that again? That's
Yeah.
a respect. Remember, like,
How condescending.
yeah, and it was just so awful. And then
Who's got the last laugh now?
right, and then exactly. So then this is then, and Zelensky did zero. And like, think about how much stronger he is. Like, so then he went to Europe went to him, it was a vice versa thing. And now look at how strong he is. So what
Mm-hmm.
will put the question is now, given all of this, what will Putin do? Because again, we guys,
Right.
if you watch this channel, Brandon and I have said many times that we see the
Yeah.
final thing is Trump is going to go to the military to ask for help. Like, but this is exactly right. It's
Yeah.
exactly
This is
what's
exactly the
creating
lead in.
situation because then you
Right.
see they don't have the airplanes, they don't have so what
Yeah.
is so now let's ask the question directly.
Yeah.
What will Putin
And
do? Go ahead.
something else that comes up is Putin and Trump now sees Zelensky as more powerful than them. That's not okay. That's not
Okay.
okay. So
Okay.
that they are freaking out for that reason too, because Zelensky holds the power.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. Oh, and it's funny. I'm seeing Jade Vance. We'll ask about him later. But okay. So
Yeah.
then, what will Putin do regarding Trump about Ukraine? Oh, wow.
Mm.
Tell me, if you go ahead if you want to go ahead, Brandon.
He is screaming, just screaming. You get this done now.
Well,
I mean, it's the same thing we've always seen.
I see. It's interesting. I see. This is, of course, a metaphorical. It's not real. Like I see Putin putting a gun to his head. Like
Hmm.
not like personally, he's gonna. But
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's like he's gonna apply maximum pressure. Like I know everything about you, who you are. If it wasn't for me, you'd be nothing. So this is a time where to go get your ass out there. Ask for the F-35s or whatever it is. So I think
Yeah.
they want American bombers. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They
And
want American bombers.
that was metaphorical, but it wasn't metaphorical,
Mm-hmm.
is what Spirit said. Yes, for what you said, it's metaphorical, but that is a real threat from Putin to Trump, what you said. So he's scared. And for him not to even say anything quite yet, Trump doesn't know what's behind his back. So he
Mm-hmm.
is panicked. But yes, that is the whole thing. It's like that. We're at that moment that we've seen. You know, what else can he do? Where else is it going to come from?
Oh,
It's
okay.
That's why that is the whole moral of putting Trump into this position in the first place. Is this moment?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. So, wow. Okay. So so is he gonna go to the military? Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's facilitate the sale of arms to Russia. That's what it is. Okay. So I have to say this because I haven't made this video public. So I had a conversation with someone about this um when something about this line being crossed where something is done. I think that's the line that is crossed and things move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been alerted that that's right. And the military is not going to approve it. And the companies don't want to build those things and they don't want to share because there's not enough time. Even, when you order arms, it takes years sometimes. It's not immediate. It takes time.
Right.
So they want that's why they want to collaborate because that's the only way that they could have the actual hands on those weapons. And it's not, no, it's the military going to know. They're going to say no, right, Karina?
Right. And I think honestly, he pushes it even farther than that because Putin realizes there's no time. There's no time to make weapons. We need your weapons. Your weapons are already, your planes are already there, your ships are already there. We need your weapons. We need your military. They don't have time to make stuff. They don't have time to make planes. That would take, you know, they don't have time for this whole trading thing.
Mhm.
Russia needs it now.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay. All right. So very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So you know what? Okay. Uh, you know what I'm getting? Two things separate. Because I had this question kind of like on the side. Uh, what about, okay, what about the drones in US territory that Elon seems to have some kind of control over? You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah,
control over because, right, just because I was thinking uh that just as Ukraine did that, couldn't them do something to us through that? Are we, no, I'm not saying, you know what I mean? It's
right.
just
I know
a
what you're saying.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep,
So,
because we've seen that before. Yeah.
okay, so what about the drones? Is there any? No,
Uh,
it's either deactivated or like
yeah.
out of reach or no, I don't see them turning it on. No, no.
I don't see it at all. And honestly, I see Elon even freaking out that that happened in Ukraine because he didn't see that coming either with those drones.
That's why.
And that was like a Trojan horse,
Hmm.
you know.
Yes, yes.
So he's even glitching over that.
Mm. Wow, okay, okay. Okay.
So much to glitch over lately.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. So, okay, so that's good. So then the other question is Zelensky. How is Zelensky? Do we have thought of Zelensky?
Zelensky feels like Superman right now. I know
Okay.
that's obviously he's in a war torn country. This is hard for him,
Hmm.
but he's feeling on top of the hill right now.
Right.
He knows he has the upper
Yeah, I
hand.
see he has God's power. Everybody, the world,
Mm-hmm.
Everything is on. That's right.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh, and so there was the other thing I wanted to. So as this happened, let's see here. So okay, as this thing. Okay. Oh, here it is. So the Ukrainian Venezuela summit as peace talks with Russia may go. Okay, interesting. So let me share this. Oh, okay, share this with you. Oh, and
Okay.
something else. Okay, I think it's kind of related, but let me just share this with you first. Because you know what? Uh, okay, so by the way, I feel like it's related. So there's another thing happening, Corina, in the Netherlands, actually. The guy, the far right leader, that he's like,
Mhm.
he was the guy who was in that video with Lute, kind of joking, the guy with the weird blonde hair.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So he left the government. So that means that, they're going to have new elections in the Netherlands. I feel like because it's far right, he's connected to Russia. And I think he did that. I'm getting immediately that he did that because, like, it doesn't make sense to create a bit of chaos, even though the Netherlands is not a very chaotic country at all.
Right.
But to
Right.
make sense is a way for them to, like, yes. So that kind of
Start the
explains
chaos.
it.
Yeah.
That's why, because, oh, you know why? Because it's going to be at The Hague. Can you imagine? I was there. Okay, here it is. Ukraine invited to NATO summit as peace talks with Russia make a little headway. And then it published June 3rd, early, this morning. But here it is. Ukraine has received an invitation to the coming NATO summit in The Hague, Netherlands. President Zelenskyy told journalists on Monday. Oh, here, that's okay, but that's the thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, he met. That's right. Invitation was extended during his meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. That's it. That's okay. That's what I okay. That's what I wanted to ask. So there's gonna be another one, but right now, okay. So okay, Zelensky. Oh, here it is. Okay. So he's meeting. Okay. So here it's June 2nd. There he is there. That's Mark Rutte here.
Yeah.
Zelensky. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So President held the meeting with the secretary, informed me about today's meeting in Istanbul. Okay. However, Russia does support unconditional ceasefire negotiation between Ukraine and Russia. Okay. So President and NATO Secretary General also discussed Ukraine's long range capabilities. So, okay. So let's ask, because Karina, right? Well,
Yeah.
how did this meeting go? How did the meeting go yesterday with Zelensky and Rutte go? How did it go? I see that he congratulated
Yeah.
Zelensky. Wow, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And they're talking about, I see long range weapons, something like that, to protect the airspace from those bombers. That's right. So that's what I see.
Yeah.
Tell me what you pick up, Corinne, if you pick up
I,
anything.
you know what? Actually, I only picked up root to congrat. They were congratulating each other basically. So
Mhm.
that's what I picked up. They were good job, kind of thing. I didn't get anything beyond that.
So, okay, I have a question. So, does Rutte have any plan to attack Russia in the future, or at least actively defend Ukraine? Because I don't feel like they're doing that really. Okay, let's see. Do they have a plan? They have plans. They say they can't right now. They can't, but they're giving a lot of support. So they are allies
Right.
essentially.
Right.
So, and he's doing that's right. They're interesting. They're working with European countries to help Zelensky. So even though it's not technically directly NATO, it is. It makes sense. So,
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's like
mhm.
backdoor kind of negotiations that are. I mean, obviously it's on the up and up, but what they're doing is they're getting everybody else to pitch in, so they don't have to do it.
Very good. Okay.
But they're prepared to if they have to. They
Cool.
are prepared. I did get
Good.
that they're ready to do whatever needs to be done. So for me, it feels like locked. I get that term locked and loaded.
Okay, very, very good. So, okay, so then let's just ask the simple question. I mean, I think we know the answer. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, So, so the question is, will, I think we know the answer, but will Ukraine win the war? Okay, so let's see. Will Ukraine win the war? Saying yes,
Yeah,
because the regime falls.
yeah,
I don't see Putin ever
mm,
giving it, admitting that he lost, but the regime is gonna fall
yeah,
because of Zelensky, because of Ukraine, yes.
yeah.
So that I see, yes, he wins.
And
But
I
it's
heard they already have.
that's right. That's right. So wow, okay. Okay. Oh, and okay, so very good, very good. Now, are you everything's ready, Brina? Are you okay? We'll
Yeah,
continue.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
So another thing that is related to this that came up, I will just remembered, is the situation in Poland. So I was talking to a couple of different people. Okay, so I was talking to some people who had questions about this. And what I
Hmm.
saw is that actually there's no need to worry. Because even if the guy, no need to worry is actually broad, but this guy may be pro Putin or open to Putin, but the reality is this: there's not enough. Like by the time the guy starts taking up power, Putin will be either gone or really at the end. So
Right.
he is not going to have support
Hmm.
on what, he's a puppet. I see definitely a puppet, but
Hmm.
like it's going to collapse also for him. So I
Hmm.
don't see him staying very long. So
No.
that's right. So do
Yeah.
you, yeah, you
Yeah. No,
also,
I saw a balloon just deflating
mhm, that's right.
because as Trump and Putin go, that the fascist
Hmm.
regime kind of fades. It
Hmm.
fades out because they were the ones that wanted it all. So to me, it pulls it all down with them.
All right. So
They're
then,
losing their power very quickly. With every little step, they're losing their power. That shows you with you how Ukraine got away with that plan for a year and a half. To me, that shows me, yeah, Trump doesn't have the power he thinks he has, and neither does Putin. For their intelligence not to pick that up, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. How did they not get wind of that? You know? So that has to really, really hit them hard.
all right. So just so we're gonna just okay, guys. So we just chatted a little bit, and I was telling Corina that wait, where am I? Can I see? Okay, hold on. Do I see you, Corina? Oh, it's sharing. Okay, let me stop share. Okay, so because you know what, I was just talking about the new energy in
Mm-hmm.
the air, right? Because
Yes.
keep talking, Corina, because as I type, okay, you want
Yeah,
to talk about
how
it?
how it shifted as for them losing their power. That's what we were talking about. It for us, it just feels so much like they're dissipating, like that balloon I said, with it just deflating. And I was saying this attack on Russia from Ukraine shows how much they are losing their power because neither one of them got wind of that.
Mm-hmm.
And their secret services are supposed to be the best in Russia.
That's right.
They didn't get wind of it,
That's right. It
so they
just
don't.
feels right. It feels like they have nothing before, like they had things to grab onto, and now it feels like they don't.
They
Right.
don't.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. That's right. So,
Yeah.
wow.
That
Okay.
energy that we
Okay.
never saw behind them is actually
Mm-hmm.
happening
That's
because
right.
it's
That's
just
right. Mm-hmm.
dissipating.
Okay. So, very good. And then, so then we can move to this other topic. which is Elon Musk now going
Yeah. The rats eating the
openly.
rats.
That's right. He's openly, as many of us predicted.
Yep.
And it's not like you need to be a psychic to see it. The
Yeah.
personality is very aggressive like that. So Elon Musk derides Donald Trump's tax bill as a disgusting abomination. Billionaire, billionaire lashes out as U.S. president urges Senate to pass his bill. Okay, so um,
Love the black eye, by the
oh,
way.
look at that. If you added, shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. Ooh, okay, interesting. The billionaire's aggressive intervention comes at a critical time for Trump's big, beautiful bill, which narrowly passed the House of Representatives last month. Okay, now let's see here. Trump has imposed a deadline of July 4th to pass the legislation, which could define his second term and set the course for the U.S. economy. He has heaped pressure on Republican senators who are alarmed about the package, which would slash taxes, reduce social spending, and increase the federal debt. So actually, Corina, let's, before we get to this part, let's see Trump's bill. Will it pass by July 4th as he wants it to, right? Will it pass?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, weird, weird. Okay,
But that's weird.
so I see, so first I see just two weird images. One is like Trump eating, and then so he vomits like projectile vomiting as his gets really, really sick and he projectile vomits. Then he's out of breath and scared. That's like, and then I see behind kind of like the scene of these people that seem to be very wealthy laughing at laughing at him. And I wonder if it could be a dinner with Wall Street people, something like that. It's saying, no, the health scare will is a real thing. And then I see that why are people laughing at him? What's going on? He's a joke. No one takes it.
Yeah.
This attack. Oh, it says a tackle. Actually, we had Dr. Tackle. Tackle thing really sticks with him. It scares him. He hates it.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, look at him. Ha 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 ha. Ha. So he can't. So okay. So
And he
why?
relates that to because the finance people brought that about. So now anything with budget, money, he's not smart enough to separate things. So if there's budget in there, he just relates that. Those are all the taco people. So,
Right. So okay. So what does this have to do with the bill? Is the
taco
bill going to get
man.
passed? Now I see the senators being like,
Yeah. I really think there's a few things in there that they know if they did this, their constituents would be at their house with pitchforks and fire. It's that bad. It's that bad. They want to
wow.
do things that are horrible,
So
and
are
they
they
want
going
people
to?
rise up.
Are they going to? Will they? I feel like no. But then the last time maybe he could work. But see, it tells me he's going to be incapacitated. He's not. I see the whole thing collapsing.
Well,
That's
and
just
I also think that this attack on Ukraine even affected the senators and Congress in that way that it was a shock. It was a shock to everybody that happened. So they even see Trump as less powerful, and his threats become less powerful as well.
okay.
It's the
Interesting.
threats that he does.
Interesting. Okay.
I think now the tables may start to be turning to where they're more afraid of what's going to happen in their hometown halls than
Mm.
Trump.
Well, okay. Okay. Wow. Good. Good. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So I think there's a chance, no, of not passing, and the whole thing just derailing everything, derailing, and Wall Street laughing at him. Yes, laughing at him. And there, I see that those heads of banks and all that, they start to just like make fun of him in a way, and he gets really upset.
Hmm.
So interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. Now, now that we talked about it, because this was in the article, let's talk about Elon Musk continuing continue as a tax on this bill. But obviously, right,
Hmm.
on Trump. Okay.
Right.
So
Right. That's what it is. He could care less about the bill.
so what I guess is there a question? I think it's a question. So what's going on? Guess what's going on? What's going on with these attacks? Mhm.
I just heard the takedown.
I see. So one of the one of his baby mothers, a singer Grimes, she said in some, I think she was quoted in the biography of Musk saying that he has a demon mode. And when he gets into the demon mode, it changes. And I see that that shows me that the fire coming out of his mouth. It's like I'm gonna
Hmm.
take you down, Crash.
Hmm.
I'll take you down. Watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. Watch out.
Hmm.
So I see that he's relentless because it's like that should have been my job. I'm the real president, not you. How dare you mock me? How dare
Yeah.
you? And he's like deranged. So you're saying it's the beginning of the end, Donald. It's the beginning of the end, Donald. It's
Yeah.
the beginning of the end. So yes,
Yeah.
is he? So I was going to ask, is he determined to take Trump down? Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. He has to control that inside of him. You know, when he stands behind Trump and he gets all the last
Mhm.
speech he did, and he's so drugged out, like his eyes are rolling back, and he looks he's trying to control that inside of him. He's wow. I mean I feel sorry. I can barely speak when I feel his brain and his head. There's so much chaos in there. I don't know how he even stands, but wow, it's really coming undone. Poor, I'm not going to say poor guy, but I just feel that brain just imploding.
Yeah. So yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
on. It's on.
It's
It's
on.
on.
They're all starting to go after each other now. It's on. It is. It's on.
Wow. 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 Oh.
Now is the real time to pop the popcorn because they really are. They're going to start just annihilating each other.
Mhm. Okay. Amazing. So okay, so it's just the last thing right now. I thought it was such great news. Remember how there was all these law firms that were like saying, oh yeah, they what is it? They what's the word? When they appease Trump or they whatever.
Yeah.
So look at, can I just share this article? So it's from the Wall Street Journal. So they're saying law firms that appease Trump and anger their clients. After firms struck deals to avoid punitive executive orders, some big clients decided to take their business elsewhere. So, you know how their excuse for following this is because they thought they would lose business, but in fact, no. So here it is. Uh, at a recent luncheon at Cipriani in Midtown Manhattan, a top lawyer for Citadel. Citadel is a huge hedge fund, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
delivered a message to leaders of some of the country's biggest law firms. Brooke Cuccinella told them the hedge fund company likes to work with law firms that aren't afraid of a fight.
Yeah.
Cuccinella,
Yeah.
the head of litigation and regulatory inquiries at the businesses headed by Republican Mega General Ken Griffin, made no mention of politics, but some of the lawyers in attendance took her remarks as reference to a controversy that had been roiling the legal industry.
Mm-hmm.
So then the article talks about Morgan Stanley, Oracle, Microsoft. So even McDonald's. So just to say that corporate America. So it's saying, okay, so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It's saying, wow, that's right. Right, that's right.
Yeah.
It's not impressed with law firms.
No. And that's another way he shows he's losing his power.
That's right. That's right. And it's saying this, that these clients, they have saying, we're legitimate businesses. We don't want
Right,
to be, because it's saying they feel like if they have a connection with Trump, then he's going to start asking for money through them,
right.
which he probably would. It's like,
Yes,
well, then they're going to come. What does he want? He's going to be like, oh, pay to play. We have a
right,
problem. They're like, okay, give me $100 million and we'll make it go away. No, they don't want it. They don't
right,
want it. And that's right. And they feel like they need to know that they're because Korea, those lawyers, it's like $2,000 an hour each,
yeah,
and there's
exactly.
like
Yeah,
they have like hundreds of lawyers at one time working for one company, like one case, a big case. So they do not want, they want to know that if they're gonna pay off those fees, they don't mind paying, but they need to know that they work for them and not for Trump.
exactly. Because what happens if Trump goes after them? Who
Yes.
stands up for him?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
that's the thing. They want somebody who's going to stand up to him,
right.
not
So
kowtow to his
that's right.
BS.
That's right. So that's it. And it's saying those firms are going to suffer
Yeah,
because it was not
anybody who
worth it.
tied their apron
Mhm,
strings to him, I'm sorry,
mhm.
going down.
Wow. Very
You're
interesting.
going to have to work your way back up from that.
Mhm. That's right. That's right. Oh, very interesting.
Yeah,
So wow, it feels good today, Karina, right? We feel good, all of us.
yeah, it does.
It feels like,
For us, it feels like progress.
yeah, whether we're moving, we are not just moving, we are in the right, like the right direction. So,
Yeah, things are
right?
going in the right direction.
Okay, very good. So that's it for today, right? Anything else you want to say? You have
No,
anything else? Oh,
think that's good.
okay. All right. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night. Okay. All right.
Okay, bye.